Hello and welcome back to Attiny85. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an LED dimmer DC motor speed controller with using an Attiny85 microcontroller, potentiometer, and a 2N2222 transistor. And I'm going to show you how to make this in this video. Let's get started. The items you're going to need is these jumper cables, a breadboard, alligator clips, a 1 mega ohm potentiometer, a 2N2222 transistor, a 1 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, an Attiny85 microcontroller, an LED, a PC cooling fan, and a 2-watt 8 ohm speaker. Now let's go ahead and assemble this together and let's get started. First, I'm going to take the Attiny85 microcontroller and place it on the center of the breadboard, just like that. Next, I'll take a positive jumper cable and connect it to pin 8 of the Attiny and connect it to the positive rail. Connect a negative jumper cable to pin 4 of the Attiny and connect it to the negative rail. Next, I'm going to take the potentiometer and place it on the corner of the breadboard. Next, I'm going to take a jumper wire and connect it to the center pin of the potentiometer. And from the center pin of the potentiometer, that will connect to pin 7 of the Attiny. Next, I take another jumper cable and connect it to one of the pins of the potentiometer. I choose the left pin, and that'll be positive. Next, I take another jumper cable and connect it to the right pin of the potentiometer, and that will be negative, and connect that to the negative rail. Next, I take the 2N2222 transistor and place it onto the breadboard, just like this. Next, I take the 1 microfarad electrolytic capacitor and connect the negative pin of the capacitor and connect the negative to the collector of the transistor. There we go, just like that. Next, I'm going to take another jumper wire and connect it to the negative of the capacitor and the collector of the transistor and connect that to the negative rail. Next, I'm going to take another jumper cable and connect the positive of the capacitor and connect that to the positive rail. Next, I'm going to take an alligator clip and connect it to the negative of the capacitor and collector of transistor, and the other end of the alligator clip will connect to the cathode of the LED, which is negative. There we go, connect it just like that. And then take the anode of the LED, which is positive, and connect it to the positive rail of the breadboard, just like that. Next, I'm going to take another jumper cable and connect it to the emitter of the transistor and connect that to the negative rail of the breadboard. There we go, the emitter is now grounded. Next, I'm going to take another jumper wire and connect the base of the transistor and connect that to pin 5 of the Attiny. And there we go, the base of the transistor is connected to pin 5 of the Attiny, just like this. Next, I'm going to power the circuit with using the lab bench power supply turned up to 5 volts. Next, connect the lab bench power supply to the positive and negative rail of the breadboard, and there, the LED turns on. Now let's go ahead and dim the LED with turning the potentiometer, just like this, and there, the LED glows brighter. Turn it the other direction, and now the LED glows dimmer. Bright, and dim. Okay, so now let's go ahead, pull the LED out, discard it. Now let's go ahead and connect it to the fan. The fan is now grounded, or actually connected to the base of the transistor. Take a secondary jumper cable, connect that to the positive of the fan, and take a jumper wire and connect that to the positive rail. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and crank up the PMW signal. And there, fan spins. slow it down. And now let's speed it up. And now, let's hear what the PMW signals sound like and control the signal of the PMW signals. I'm going to go ahead and detach it like this. Put that to the side. Connect negative to negative, positive to positive. As you can see, and as you can hear, there are the clicks. Headphone users, be aware, this will be very uncomfortable and loud. This is on low, and now let's crank it up. And stop. Wow, my ears are ringing now. Alright, so there you have it. And there you have it. Now you know how to control the brightness of an LED, the speed of a PC cooling fan, and you know what a PMW signal sounds like through a speaker, all with using a potentiometer, a 2N22 transistor, a 1 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, and the main component, an Attiny85 microcontroller. And there you have it. Thank you for watching SciTech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future SciTech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.